We're back talking about the NBA Finals. Intro over.
Hello, rival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast. My name is AJ Herschel, and I'm here with my man Caedmon Bauer talking about the NBA Finals. Cade, how are you doing today? You got that little smirk on your face, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing good, man, because the Bucks just evened up the series, won
Yes,
both
sir.
at home. And that made me feel really good because man, it was scary. But yeah, that's literally just that's it, man. But how you doing, AJ?
There you go. I'm doing good. Yeah, just kind of chilling, having fun watching the NBA Finals. Stuff's good, man. Stuff's good. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it, I guess. Game 3. We knew the Bucks were going to take the game at home, but then game 4, Cade and I were split on who was going to win. And even though I was right that neither team scored over 110, Cade got the team correct. Bucks came back after being down in the third quarter, scored 33 points in the fourth to the Suns 21 to take down Phoenix 109-103. D-Book's 42 points wasn't enough as Chris Middleton finished with an even 40 to tie the series 2-2. Brett D in the chat saying, "What up?" and Porter Drinks. Wow. The GOATs, all four of us, are all here today. Right. What's up, boys? What'd you think about the last game? Thanks for being here with us. Cade, you've got to be A, excited, and B, relieved after that third quarter.
Yeah, I am definitely both of them, and now I can keep saying Bucks in 6, man, because I really want it. And I mean, you could still have your Suns in 6 as you predicted, just a different pattern of games.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what I saw from Game 4 was crazy. Me and Brett were talking today, and Devin Booker is the first player in NBA Finals with 40 points and 8 fouls.
Yeah. Nice.
Because I was so disappointed in those refs when he literally gave Drew Holiday a hug in midair.
That was ridiculous. I mean, not that it mattered because Giannis finished it off anyway, but that's the most obvious foul in the history of basketball.
But that would have been nice because, that would have even been nice, even though we cleaned it up, to just get Booker out of the game. Because he still scored a little bit and made it scary.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was one he fouled Chris Middleton midair too. But hey, whatever. We got the win. Chris Middleton's crazy. He has that hot hand in the second half every time in the fourth game. Against the Heat, against the Hawks, now against the Suns. And it seems like he only gets better throughout each series. So I'm hoping he continues his pattern.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Completely agree. And it's nice to see Giannis not having to do everything to keep his team in. 26 and 14 works out for us. Add an extra 8 assists.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday was dishing it out. PJ Tucker did his stuff on. Even though PJ had a rough game against D-Book, he was not quite all there. But Connaughton coming off the bench gave a nice 11 as well. Really solid game, especially in the fourth quarter push on the Bucks. Middleton absolutely clutch at the end in the fourth quarter with those last few buckets to send him to the next round. And Giannis with one of the greatest blocks in NBA Finals history. Oh, that was sick. Man.
Yeah, that was – he got up there too, and that was probably one of the best recovery jumps I've ever seen. He jumped off his off foot.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, and oh my goodness, dude, I was so scared. I thought they were going to call a foul. And
beautiful.
Oh, that was awesome. But dude, Drew Holiday really almost killed the game for us.
Dude, 4 of 20?
4 for 20.
4 of 20. What on earth?
0 for 5 from 3. He would not stop shooting it. And it was he got what, 7 assists, but
yeah. And 7 boards, but like, don't take 20 shots then.
Yeah, we could have been so much more efficient on offense if he hadn't been doing that. I know in the beginning, take some shots, sure, try to find your hot hand, but through the second quarter, he just was not hitting anything, and so you just got to stop and be a guard that facilitates, because that's something else point guards need to do.
Yeah,
it was scary.
And speaking of the point guard game, you look at Chris Paul. He had a major off day. 0 for 2 from 3, 5 for 13 shooting, only 7 assists, 10 points total. Definitely not the game. I think that's one of the things that killed the Suns as well, because Booker gave it his all. Crowder was off tonight. Bridges only finished with 7. There was barely any other point scoring outside of Booker and a couple of threes from Jay Crowder. And Jay Crowder, of course, was really efficient at the line as well. But it was a mess in terms of offense once we got to the fourth quarter. Paul wasn't on it. Ayton wasn't shooting well. He had a hard time in the paint fighting against Giannis, even though, to be fair, he did out-rebound Giannis this game, 17-14, but he couldn't score on him instead. So it balanced out for the Bucks instead. Suns just couldn't get a team effort done, and that's what they need to win.
Yep. And, I mean, even though Ayton got more rebounds than Giannis, the Bucks still got more total. And we got, 17 offensive rebounds compared to the Suns, 6 or something. 5.
5
and that was really, I feel like, if we didn't have that, because we had so many shots put up, a lot of them by Drew Holiday. And we got the rebound. I don't know who. Giannis obviously was big on that, but Holiday, Tucker, Connaughton, just getting those offensive boards, putting it back up, and free throws or whatever, because that's really where a ton of our points came from. Second chance and turnover.
That's the truth. Second game in a row with that.
Yeah, it was huge. We were doing it to Chris Paul, and normally he does not turn the ball over or but yeah, he did.
17 turnovers to 5 for Milwaukee. Clean game.
Yep, the offensive boards and the turnovers really, really, really killed them.
Let's check our comment section. Brett D saying Bucks in 6, Bucks in 6, Bucks in 6.
Oh yeah.
Porter Drink says Chris Paul's overrated. Giannis is the best player in the league 3 years in a row. No one's better. Bucks win the next 2 games. Gonna be honest, I think I disagree with every single statement here, but I see where he's coming from.
I love you, Porter.
Yeah, I'm always glad to have you with us, man. Cade, what do you think about Porter's loaded comment?
Chris Paul overrated. Chris Paul is, I don't know what to think now, because
he's 36.
He is 36.
2 games don't define him.
See, yeah, I know, but 16 years in the NBA, right? That's it. And he hasn't won a finals.
He hasn't been to a finals.
He hasn't been to a finals
except for this one.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but if we look at why, though, one was an injury. One, Blake Griffin got injured and left him alone. The next one, he had to contend with the Warriors dynasty. And the last one, they were up 3-2 on the Warriors, and he got injured again. So he kind of has the worst conference finals luck in the history of basketball.
I guess. I mean, I really like Chris Paul, and
I
don't know if I would say he's overrated, because he's really good
at his age too.
Yeah, and he's probably the best, or at least one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. He's got decent handles, and I don't know, he pulled a few on Giannis, which was I was really impressed. So. I don't think Chris is overrated. So the first part, I don't know. Giannis is the best player in the league 3 years in a row. Definitely the first 2 years.
Yeah.
I think Jokic deserved the MVP this year.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as
the Nuggets just didn't have the support the Bucks had either when it comes to bench depth.
It's true. But if we're counting the playoffs, Giannis has overall been better. So I can't. I don't know. That's also tough. I would say I would disagree with that. Definitely the first 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Bucks win next 2 games. I agree.
I figured you'd get with that one.
Yeah.
Porter Drinks also says put Aaron Rodgers as the 5th starter over Drew Holiday. He can pass the basketball accurately into the hoop. See, I think for that to work, since Aaron doesn't quite have the same ball movement skills at 36. We just have him consistently stay at half court the entire game and have him just chuck it into the hoop every time. No one's going to cover him because it's the weirdest looking shot in history. I don't know. What do you think, Cade? There's a point to this.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. He could be a pretty good basketball player. I don't know. I saw him do some dude perfect stuff a couple of years back.
Yep.
He was hitting those crazy shots, but just throwing that basketball from who knows where. And but then on the other hand, I gotta respect Holiday. He's been really the difference maker this year, and he's
especially on defense. Especially
on defense. We're in the finals. We missed the last 2 years when we had Bledsoe.
Yep.
So a lot of people are saying Holiday ain't good. He hasn't been playing too good in the playoffs, but he's probably the big reason why. He's a facilitator, at least a better facilitator than Bledsoe. And whatever, I like Holiday. I just wish he could make layups. And to Brett's point, he can't make a layup right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Drew Holiday hate coming in the chat. Guys, the Bucks won the game. Cool it. We had a bad game. It happens, guys. For crying out loud, we're getting Chris Paul and Drew Holiday hate. Yeah, they have one bad game, and the chat comes down on them.
That's all of it. But
yeah. Porter Drinks also brings up the fact that Aaron Rodgers wants to be on a different team. Brett D says A-Rod's coming back, but Lightning Bauer disagrees.
I think Lightning Bauer's disagreeing with the Porter Drinks.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That
or
probably
maybe
is it, but if you could clarify that for us, yeah. Wrong sport. And Brett D brings up, we like Drew. He's just in a slump. I don't know. Does one game qualify as a slump? Because he performed pretty well the nights before. I mean, not great, but not as bad as last night.
See, Holiday was pretty good and pretty consistent in the regular season. But in the postseason, he hasn't really been able to find a groove. He's had a couple nice 30-point games, but it's just really inconsistent. And I wouldn't say he's totally in a slump because, I don't know, he scored 13? He scored
13 this game, yeah.
21 last game. So it's just he's really off and on. And it's for me, it seems like if he's making threes at the beginning, then he's good because then he'll just keep firing them. If he misses them, he'll keep firing them and keep missing them, which that's what happened last game. In game 3, it was the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say he's in a slump. He's just so inconsistent.
Yeah, and I mean, this is completely ignoring his defensive stuff, too. Guess who's the one on Chris Paul and held him to 5 of 13 last game? That's Drew Holiday's assignment. Even if he isn't putting up the points as much as a lot of people would like him to, he was able to hold down Chris Paul when Devin Booker was running absolutely rampant on PJ Tucker and Chris Middleton, whoever they were putting up there instead. So to be fair, maybe his offense has not all been there, but his defense absolutely has this series, especially last game. Porter Drinks brings up the point that if the Bucks lose the finals, trade Giannis and Middleton for draft picks and
who do you think you are? Porter, I don't get you, man. I like your stuff, what you're saying with the Packers and Bucks win next 2, but then you're like, oh, come on, man. We're not giving up Giannis and Middleton, man. That's the heart and soul of the team, man.
I don't know. I'd like to see a Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker led offense.
Well,
I think that could be pretty potent.
Of course you would. Yeah, then the Bulls might have a chance to win the division.
Okay. I see how it is. How it is. Well, Cade, Game 5 is coming up this week. What's your prediction? Suns are back at home. Do the Bucks go 3 in a row, or does Phoenix finally pull it together?
Yeah, and this is the game I'm most
concerned
about. Concerned and unsure. There's something about me that wants to say the Suns are going to win on the road, but then there's more of me saying Bucks and 6,
Yeah,
and that the Bucks are going to continue the momentum because we do have that momentum coming from 3 and 4, and
Mhm.
I'm really just hoping that I think we will. I think we will. It's not just hoping. I think we're good enough, and I think we will win
Mhm.
Game 5. I think Chris Middleton's going to continue his hot streak, and I think
Yep.
Giannis will at least have a 30-point game.
Mm. So
So
yeah, especially with what he's been putting up this series.
yeah, he's been crazy, and yeah. What do you think, AJ?
It's tough. It's tough. I really want to go with the Bucks because I mean they have looked great. Absolutely. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. They looked great in 5 out of the last 8 quarters of basketball recently. They've looked great. There's a reason the
Yeah,
Suns were winning after 3 quarters last
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
For game 3, they dominated. Game 4 was a little rough, but they came back to win and when it mattered. I want to say Paul will get back to normal. But if Drew's playing defense on him like he was last game, I don't know. I think this is going to be another lower scoring game in the NBA Finals. I think it's going to be another close one. And I know I predicted Suns in 7 in my original one, is my original prediction where Suns win, Bucks win, Suns win for the end. But I'm inclined to actually go Bucks this game. I think the Bucks actually are going to take the momentum into Phoenix and win. I think Giannis is going to have a good game. Middleton's on fire. Drew had an off day. Yes, he did. He's going to shoot less. He's not going to shoot 20 shots. Mike Budenholzer is going to have a sit-down talk with him on the plane. Just be like, dude, you can't do that to us. I'm going to say Bucks. I'm going to say Bucks take game 5.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if AJ Herschel says Bucks on the road,
Yep.
Bucks on the road are going to win, man.
All right. What's your prediction, though, man?
Yeah, I'm sticking with my Bucks. The Bucks are gonna win. I'm saying my final score is Bucks 112, Suns 105.
All right.
So somewhat close game.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, I'll say Bucks 108, Suns 101. That's what I'll say for my final score. I think it's another low scoring one. Yep.
All right. Well,
Also, random comment on my Bulls. Porter Drink says the Bulls are going to get AD and Dame time this offseason.
no one wants to play for the Bulls.
That's not happening. That's not happening. I mean, if you're talking about players, like having a squad of Damian Lillard, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, AD, and Nikola Vucevic would be one of the best 5-man rotations in the league. Like, that'd be just a stacked starting 5. But I don't know if AD is going to want to leave LA to freezing cold Chicago in October and open the season here.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that happen. I'm not going to say I wouldn't, but I just don't think it will.
Yeah, there's no way AD's leaving LA when Kawhi's coming there too, man. There's no way.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Hey, Skip says he wouldn't be surprised, and he's saying it's pretty possible for Kawhi to be down over there.
Okay,
in LA,
let's also keep in mind Skip Bayless is still the same person who said a 52-year-old Michael Jordan could beat a prime LeBron in 2015. Let's remember, that's the same man.
Hey, whatever.
Porter Drinks, this is one thing I did want to talk about before the episode ended. What do you think about y'all, Team USA, losing 2 in a row? They might need to call up LeBron. Dude, LeBron didn't want to play.
LeBron didn't want to play.
He left.
Didn't want to play.
But, I mean, we did come back. We beat Argentina. We looked a lot better this game. I mean, we've got 5 exhibition games. There's a reason why they're tune-ups. And against Nigeria, when a team is hitting threes like they were, there's not much you can do. 20 of 40.
20 of 40.
20 of 40. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's an exhibition game. So what? I mean,
all respect to Nigeria. They shot the lights out, man.
Yeah.
We deserved to lose the way they were playing.
That was crazy. But, I mean, okay, LeBron don't want to play. Curry don't want to play. Now Beal don't want to play.
Yeah, he's out.
Which, that kind of hurts, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big shooter, facilitator, whatever. So now I'm
great at going to the basket.
Bam and KD. KD needs to play like a machine, like he did against the Bucks. Like,
yep.
I don't know, man. It
Yeah,
would be
and I mean,
nice when we can get Chris Middleton up to the
there you go.
to
Yep.
the playoffs with
Yep.
Devin Booker.
And Drew. All three of them.
And
2-point
Drew.
scorers and a defensive man. Once we get them, I think we'll be set. And I mean, we played a lot better last game against Argentina. Rolled by 20 points. We're getting back in form. I definitely was disappointed after we lost 2 games in a row. I was like, all right, it's time to actually get into game form. KD, you've been here before.
Was the second one Australia?
Australia, yeah. I mean, they got a good team. I'm not going to deny them that. But when you have Kevin Durant, who's supposed to be one of the best, and Dame Lillard, who's supposed to be the best shooter, arguably, in the NBA, like, come on. We should be winning these. Though, to be fair, as a Bulls fan, I'm impressed with how Zach LaVine is playing. He's playing
Did you see that
so well. Oh my goodness, he's killing it. That's my boy. Let's go.
He can fly.
Making me proud, making all Chicago proud. I'm very impressed with how he's playing off the bench right now. Off the bench, starting shooting guard, wherever he rotates in. Real happy with how he's performing. And Brett T brings up we should call in MJ. Honestly, just bring him up as an assistant coach. He will whoop them into shape. Give him 30 minutes. It'll be done.
Dude. And then we got Porter drinks. AD will go to Chicago at end of career when he's like 40. Dude, is AD going to be playing when he's 40, man?
I don't know if his knees are going to hold up for that long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, well, Bucks in 6, man.
There it is. You heard it here first, folks. Well, probably not true, but you've heard it here before. Not. But you've heard it a lot here at least. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Allied Rivals podcast. We're predicting the Bucks to win the next game. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think is going to happen. Porter Drinks, Brett D, Lightning Bauer, thanks for checking in. Be sure to leave your comments. You didn't even tell us who you think is going to win other than Bucks and 6. But let us know your score predictions. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below of our predictions and what's going to happen. Next game is Saturday night. We'll see you guys next time on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast. I'm AJ Herschel. That's Caedmon Bauer. We'll see you next time.
See ya.